Who's cheated?
This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. What? Bree here, and I've seen a lot of people react to Jubilee's Odd One Out, but I've never actually watched an episode myself. So this episode is Who is the Secret Cheater? There are 6 people who've been cheated on and 1 person who cheated on someone. Okay, so if you haven't watched this before, basically they put together all these people, and as I said, in this scenario, there are 6 people who've been cheated on and 1 person who has cheated on someone else. And the goal is to guess the odd one out. And if they are still in by the final round, they get a bunch of money. I really hope that this cheater does not end up with a bunch of money, because they do not deserve to win this. But if they vote out the cheater, which they will not know until the final round. So they could vote out the cheater in round 1 and they would just keep going. But if they vote out the cheater, everyone, I think it's just everyone who is still in on the final round gets the money.
Who's cheated?
Okay, who's cheated?
I took psychology class, and what they said is when you talk to people, look into their eyes and ask them a question. So I can ask the question to everybody, or somebody wants to ask.
I mean, that's true. So it seems like this person might actually be wanting to get to the bottom of this, or they could, like, if you say, hey, I know from psychology this is how you catch someone lying, you're not going to assume that that's the liar. It's kind of like reverse psychology. So, I don't know. We're only 2 lines in, so it's so hard to tell anything.
He took on a leadership role immediately. Maybe he was asking those questions so that he could give his prepared response to kind of try to convince us.
I was gonna go straight for the...
Taking leadership immediately in this kind of situation is a risky move. You know, taking leadership could mean, hey, I'm really trying to take initiative on getting this person out. Or it could mean, hey, I'm trying... Someone's mowing their lawn, like, right outside. Apologies. Anyway, or it could mean, hey, if I'm taking leadership, you're not going to suspect me, right?
Kill question. Like, do you guys think cheating is like could you be redeemed after that?
Oh man.
I personally
I think it's very nuanced. I think that most of the time, no, but also, like, for me, I was cheated on twice, but one of the times I was 15, and it's like, do I think that that person is going to be a cheater their entire life? I don't think so. We were kids.
Sorry, I was going to say there is also kind of a...
Yeah, that's fair. I do think that anyone has the capacity to change.
I mean, for me, I'm not a very jealous person. If you're drunk at a bar and you kiss a stranger and you feel bad about it, like, I can swallow that. But if you're fully, like, went home with someone, like, at each level did not stop a hookup from happening, which is what happened to me.
She said something about, like, if you just kiss somebody at, like, a bar or something like that, you know, it's not that bad or something like so. That right there was still considered like a form of cheating to me. So I thought she was the mole herself.
I mean, I agree that I do still consider that cheating. Right now, she's definitely who I'm most suspicious of, because she could have said that and then caught herself, like, or if they go home with the person, which is what happened to me.
It depends on the person and how much they're willing to make it work and change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I do believe in change, but if they're, like, making excuses of just like, oh, I'm sorry, babe, but it'll never happen again, and then they like change for, like, that period of time, and then it happens again. You know, it's kind of like, what is your commitment to your change?
Or if they try to downplay how bad it was.
I also think it depends on, like, who cares, because I know some people care a lot about cheating and others that don't. Some people will find that more redeemable.
I feel like most people would care about cheating though, right?
Yeah.
Oh my, this person mowing their lawn, I can hardly hear right now.
John said that stuff about not everyone cares about cheating, and I was like,
oh yeah,
that's a little off.
That was like the only thing he said. That is a very bad choice of a one thing to say. Not everyone cares about cheating. But I'm also kind of suspicious of you.
We actually have a tie. The tie is between Avi and Tejan. Tejan, do you want to go ahead and go first?
I really didn't get that much time to talk, so I was just kind of like letting you guys talk it all out.
If you're quiet, sometimes suspicion just slides over you. He made the mistake of the one thing he said being Not everyone cares about cheating.
Got cheated on when I was in college, and I actually found it very interesting what you said. Yeah, you.
Okay.
Because you were saying that like you could forgive somebody who was like just hooking up if they were just like a random stranger kissing, and that's actually what my ex did to me.
Oh,
So
sorry about
I
that.
just thought it was interesting.
That was a decent play. I'm still not sure I trust him though. I'm still not sure. That is a good sympathy play of, well, you excuse something that was exactly what happened to me.
Grew up in like a traditional Indian family household, so the way I was brought up was to always treat women with respect. For me, actually, I have a very interesting story how I found out that my girlfriend was cheating on me. I saw a Facebook profile picture with her with another dude. She's like, oh, we've been best friends for 2 years. Come to find out, they've been dating for 2 years. So that's my story.
I don't think it's him. Like, yes, he kind of took leadership, and that can sometimes be the mole trying to take control of the situation, but he seems genuine, I feel like. Ooh. Okay, I think that was the better call. I'm still
I
very
knew
suspicious
that
of that one
comedian was
girl.
gonna be eliminated first. I'm just seen as somebody who's a player. It just all just kind of like made sense to me.
Okay, I think it is him. I'm just seen as a player. What? I knew I'd be eliminated first because I'm seen as a player? Yeah, I think they got out the cheater.
Did you do anything crazy when they cheated on you?
I was about to. I was about to. When I got cheated on, I actually kept it to myself for a week because I know it was hard. I don't know.
The
why
thing
it was-
she said,
but
I
it was
definitely
because
trust her.
I was so pissed that
I would be shocked if it was her.
Yeah.
And it just ended up slipping in one of our arguments.
We
I
actually,
found out.
I personally actually dealt with, not really revenge, but I hit up that guy because I found him on social media, you know, and found out that he's been
That's what I was
dating
trying
for
to
a
do.
long
I was
time.
trying to find the girl.
So I told him to set up a date with her at Cheesecake Factory, and I was like, I'm just gonna show up.
What an arena.
Dude, that was my
Oh
dream.
my.
What you
Showed
lived out
up.
my dream.
So they're
just
having
kidding.
their date.
Just
I'm like, it's fully planned. I walk in there, and then literally she just goes immediately to like just bawling out, crying and stuff like that. She's like, I'm so sorry, I'm this. But
If that really did happen, I'm so sorry, but like that was just like crazy to me. It was like this perfect cinematic masterpiece of like, I wish I could do that.
She's been very quiet, so I have no gauge on her. But she does make an interesting point that was a very cinematic way to call her out, but it could happen.
I was actually trying to do a long distance relationship. A week into him being away, he cheated on me. And he was saying some really mean and just not true things about me on social media, so I printed out like screenshots of it, and I brought his hoodies to his house, dropped them off in his parents' house, and I taped all of those screenshots to the package so that his mom could read them.
wow.
Good for
Wow.
Ooh,
I think I was
that's
just so
awesome.
caught up in the anger, you know what I mean?
Exactly, I know.
And the
I know what you mean.
frustration. It's just like, I couldn't really see clearly. I just wanted to know what your guys' definition of cheating is. That was like on my mind. You know,
Yeah.
how would you guys define cheating?
Good question, considering what I'm bad with names, so I do not remember any of their names. But this girl right here, what she said. I had to check. I'm like, I think OBS is recording my mouse. Yes, it is. Good.
I think, I don't know, it's a definition that is really up to like the individual. I think it can change a lot, and a lot of people probably agree with that. Like, it's really up to someone's boundaries. But obviously, you know, like the typical things like hooking up with someone else, really flirting with someone else, continuing like situation type relationship with somebody would be cheating in my eyes.
Yeah, there's emotional cheating, physical cheating.
Yeah, I was about to say, emotional cheating is a thing, 100%.
Fun that.
Can I clarify what I said in the last round, just because I would hate to discount anyone who that was their experience of like my offhand comment of like kissing a stranger in a bar. I don't know. I'm sorry if that is what happened to you. That's just like something that I'm not a very jealous person.
I mean, that could be true, or she could be saying that because that's how she excused cheating on someone else.
I think because if someone do it with malicious intention, like if they really want to harm you, or they really want to end the relationship, but they're still in the relationship. So
Yeah.
I think that's something you need to have an introspection and see like, well, this is bad.
I'm a little suspicious of him now, because his definition of cheating being there has to be malicious intents. If you sleep with someone else without malicious intent towards your partner, that's still cheating. And you can say, oh no, I still love you, honey, I didn't mean to hurt you, but it's still cheating. So it could be her. I'm like saying a reason it could be everyone, but it could be her. She was saying, at our age, boundaries aren't really discussed, so it's easy to kind of not realize you're crossing boundaries and kind of just being young and crazy, and so that maybe is what she did. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I honestly thought it'd be like a bunch of people who were cheated on and one cheater. That's gonna be obvious. This is not obvious.
And
really?
we have another tie. It's between Avi and Aaron.
Like, I know I said I was starting to really trust Avi, but that story was a little perfect. So I can see why you'd be suspicious of that.
In the same town as my ex, and I had to move, and so we knew that we had a deadline. And then when I moved, we decided to have a 3-week buffer period where we would do a long distance, and then we had a deadline for our breakup. 2 days before that deadline, they went to a Pride event and hooked up with somebody else. If you're gonna cheat, let the other person go first. Don't let them sit through that, because that sucks.
The way she said that, the emotion seemed genuine.
You have to put yourself in the other person's shoes. If you do cheat, think about like how much damage that can cause to them. Because like I know when I got cheated on, I didn't even get into a relationship for at least like 6 months to a year.
You guys are actually going to group up and decide on one person that you want to eliminate.
Ooh, I really don't know who they're going to pick. Because I think both of them gave a good final arguments there.
Okay.
I can see that.
The wrong person.
I don't think it's him, but I can see why they thought it was him. And I'm also a little less suspicious of, I think it was Erin now, after her little final plea thing, because she seemed so genuine.
Raise your hand if you think the mole is still in the box and you would like to continue the game.
I couldn't focus on all of the people that were playing, but I felt.
Okay, I was a
people
little
that were
suspicious
out
of
were
him,
not
but the
doing
fact that he wants to keep
That
going.
means that the game ends here.
So I still think it was probably the first guy is who's been most suspicious, but I could see an argument for her. Still kind of for her, but I don't think it is. I was a little suspicious of him just because he was so quiet and the one thing he said could be interpreted as something a cheater would say, but now I don't think it's him. I think if the cheater's still in, she seems the most likely, but I think they got the cheater out first round.
Green, that means you voted the mole out and you all win.
Be sure to put what you
However,
think down in the comments right now
red,
before it goes.
That means the mole is still in the box and you lose.
Please don't let the cheater win. He looked a little...
I knew it. I knew it.
Will the mole please reveal themselves?
No!
In 3, 2, 1.
What? The one person I was certain it was not? What?
So I've been on both sides. I've been cheated on, and I've been the cheater. When I first applied to do this, I had like only one intention in mind, is to give purpose to my pain. I was cheated on in college. He was the first person who ever made me feel like I was enough. So then when he cheated on me, I felt like he took that away from me. And I've been struggling with it ever since.
For me, the greatest pain wasn't being cheated on, but being the person who inflicted the pain that I already knew so well.
Mm.
You knew better, why didn't you do better? You know, so that was just like, it just hit.
It felt like she was all of our exes telling us what we needed to hear. And I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better role than Marianne, because she really gave us that moment to heal. And she was a great like surrogate for everyone who had been hurt to get that kind of closure, I suppose.
This is oddly wholesome. I did not expect this be so wholesome. Did you see that coming? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, and if you want to keep watching, there should be another video popping up right here. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe to become a part of the Ineffable community, because you are ineffable.